Hey everybody, it's Skyflyer. Gonna show a little short video on how to fix the Triton 5.1 Pro headsets. What happens is, this is the second pair I've done. My son plays these, the PS2s, I don't even know what they are, I just fix them. Basically what happens, watch camera, is the wires here, they come in and then they turn right away. They make a 90-degree angle. They come in and turn, then go up. And right in this area, right in here, they break inside. The wires break, and you get static. From what I've been told, they get staticky. The sound is intermittent. It's there, it's not, it is, it ain't, it is, it ain't. It's real staticky. So basically, what I did is, I'm just a fixer-upper kind of guy. You got to pry this off, and don't shove this all the way in. You don't really need to. Just kind of get that in there, work that off, and it comes right off. There's nothing there. But there's two-sided tape here, and there's two LED lights. Well, they're not LEDs. They're just regular light bulbs right there. And then there's 4 screws that Phillips that take them off. If I can get them off really quick. And once you get the cover off, it pretty much exposes everything. There's 2 circuit boards in there, one that's actually attached to, get those screws, I don't want to lose those, and the other one, there you go. And then just take the cover off, put that over there next to the GoPro camera case, and then all you do, here you can see, hopefully you can see, the this wire comes in, then takes a turn, goes up here, and goes right here. And I think it's what it's, this sharp corner right there is just causing a whole lot of problem from being, you know, these cords are so long, they're so long that they're hanging on the ground. My son said you turn around, it catches on the wheel on the chair that you're sitting on, or you get up and you forget it's on your head and you walk away and you step on the cord, it pulls the cord. So it puts a lot of stress on that corner right there. So what I did with the other one is I kind of just left it alone, kind of went in a little bit, and then put a gob of hot glue on there. But I think this one I'm going to do this again, and maybe I'll just put this back the way it is. But you need to cut the wire right about in here and then resolder everything, and they're little teeny wires. So what I did is I made a diagram as I was doing this, so you knew with the colors, just draw a little board, whatever you want to call it. Don't lose these screws. You can see how little these wires are, and they're delicate. I don't even know what these wires are called, but they're they're teeny weeny. So basically what I did is I cut this all here, and you can see there's a knot there. I think that's what I did. I came up here and just tied a knot and just wrapped it right to there, just so it just came in right there. So there's not a lot of stress on this wire then. And then, but you're losing, that much of this wire, so because this much has to go in here, so you're losing, a good 6-8 inches, about 20 or 30 millimeters, or centimeters, sorry. But just rewire everything, resolder everything, and be careful when you're resoldering it. Don't jump the solder from point to point, and just make sure you draw a diagram like the speaker with the green wire, the gray wire, the black, all that stuff, the purple, the pink, the orange, the red, the blue. There's a gold color one with a red stripe on it. Just make a diagram, and then put them all together and cut them all off, unsolder them, solder them back on, and it works out great. I'm just going to cut the video off here and then do all this, because this will be a little bit, this takes a little bit of time to do that, so I'll be right back. Alright, Skyflyer back here again. Take 2 on this one. This is everything apart, and the reason I'm showing you this here is you can see there's inside the main housing, the main cable, there's 3 wires that are encased. The bigger one, and then there's 2 small ones. Inside of, like this one here, there's 2 wires in here. There's 2 wires in this one, and in this one I think there's 6, and then 7 there's a ground. The ground actually is this braided, actually it's just wires that are all over like a protection, whatever you want to call it. But these you gotta twist up and then put shrink tube over it, or it's just for the ground. But you gotta be careful where it goes to, because this is it right here, and it goes to this speaker down here, and you gotta be careful where the grounds go. So what I did is I did mark on the speakers. So this is my diagram. So this is the little circuit board that's right here. This is the circuit board. Make sure you're on here. Yeah, there's a little circuit board right here. So there's a brown wire and a black wire in there, and both of those wires are in this casing. In one of these, I didn't open it up yet, so I'm not sure which one it is, but one of these 2 wires is a black and a brown. So it's black and a brown, or black and brown, whichever one it is. Those 2 wires go to this little circuit board. The other 2, which are the smaller wires, those are in here somewhere. And I lost it. So I'll have to figure out which one it went to. But, oh, here it is, because they're still together. One is a lighter gray and the black. And one black goes to this speaker, and then the lighter gray goes over to here, which is kind of goofy. But as long as you're making a diagram like this, just keep track. And I even wrote down tiny black, because the other grounds are a little bit thicker. And there's a black for ground over here. There's a black for ground over there. There's another ground that goes from this speaker to speaker, but I'm not worried about those wires, because those I don't have to worry about them. But you got to be careful that this light gray and this tiny black one goes here. So do make effort to at least write down what wire goes where. That will help you. And when you cut this casing, when you cut the casing off, basically all I'm using is a zip knife. I call them zip knives. You can break the blades off once they get dull. And just all I did was I just held it, pushed it, and just rolled the wire in my thumb, and very gently just score it, and then just kind of twist it or bend it back and forth and split it open, because these wires are so delicate. They're so small. You cut them in, and you could be cutting another off, and you can see that this is already getting a little short. I'm guessing you don't want this thing, which is your controller unit, whatever. I don't know what these are, but you don't want this here, obviously, because it does have a clip. You can put it on your shirt or whatever, or your sleeve or whatever. Take it on your nose or whatever, I suppose, if you want. But I'll do another little a video in a minute here. I should have this done here shortly, but just take your time, and because these wires are so small, so tiny. But take your time, you'll get it. All right, be back. All right, one more time here. Oh, got to quick turn the radio off. Whoop. All right, here we got inside of the wires, we got the big wire and then the 2 small ones. The big wire, this is the wire that has no casing on it. This is the negative wire. All I did was I put some shrink tube on it and then encase that. And the same with the other 2, these here, the 2 smaller wires. The ground wire also has no casing on it. So you just put shrink tube on it and shrink it down. And then what I did is I put another smaller piece of shrink tube where it wide off, where you split open the casing. That's so in case something happens, it doesn't pull that open. Although it's inside, you don't really need it. It's probably overkill, but that's the way I roll. So anyway, just thought I'd quick show you this here. And there is 6 wires in here in the big wire, including the ground. That would be 7. And then there's 2 in each one of these. So now I'll quick solder these up, and I'll be back in another minute. All right, here's Skyfire one more time. Pretty much done. Kind of cheated this time. I went through and I touched up all the soldering joints. So I touched them all up so I knew they were nice and strong. And what I did is I just cut the wires, because I actually didn't want to cut this all that far, which I knew there was a reason I didn't want to do that. So basically I just spliced in the wires and put some heat shrink on there just to protect them. And again, just touched all the wires just to make sure they were all nice and strong. And that way I can let this lay up here so these wires are out of the way of everything. And then I can just put this, the plate, right back down on there. Make sure all the wires are tucked in there. And just lay that back down there. Everything lays real nice and flat. Ain't got to worry about any wires getting taut. And that's it. That's the fix on this. I'll put this all back together, put the cover back on, put the foam on either side there, let her go, and done. Got any questions, let me know. Otherwise, this is the fix of the Triton 5.1 headphones with the little issue down here that the wires break. Alright, Hawk Sky Flyer out. Hey, it's Hawk Sky Flyer one more time. I just, when you put the cover back on, just wanted to let you know that get all the wires laid down inside here so they fit really nice in there. And then the only way that this cover is held on is it clips into place. That's why you just pry it here where that little tab is. You can pry that tab up, but if you get yourself some Scotch, well, you can't see it, whoa, double-sided tape, and then what I did is I just made it about, I don't know, about that long, and then I folded it 3 times on top of itself, put one on this side and one on this side, which is what was there to begin with, and I took that off and put some new stuff on, and then put that on, and then that actually, that's how it's held on, is just, it's a clip through the whole thing. It's like a friction fit, and then the 2-sided tape on either side. That's it. But other than that, it's done. The wire, again, it's like 6 or 8 inches shorter than what it was, but she's good to go. Any questions, give me an email here or whatever, but we should be good. All right, Hawk Sky Flyer out.